Yo, aku nervous.
kau every time I shoot kau nervous.
Sebab
Tapi bila sembang tadi okey, bila tak rolling tadi okey.
kau dengar sini, kau dengar, biar aku cakap. Kita sekarang bukan dengan orang yang you don't talk shit in the scene, man. This is the real deal.
Experience.
This is the senior, man. We're talking about senior. Since 1990 you baru lahir, bro. Dia dah bang the road, bro. He's everywhere already. So
dia analog dah rasa, digital dah rasa.
So okay. Kita punya guest kita lain macam sikit hari ni. Okay? Dia adalah seorang lecturer dekat universiti lah, Sunway University. Okay. Dia buat filem.
Okay.
Dia basking.
Okay.
Dia ada band.
Okay.
Singer-songwriter.
Okay.
What else you want?
Aktivis.
Oh. Apa lagi?
Apa lagi? Daddy. Daddy.
Legendary musician in Malaysia. Work with banyak. Aku nak sebut banyak tak larat dah, tapi aku ingat satu. Pit Teo.
Oh, Pit Teo.
Legend.
Pit Teo tu orang lama.
Okay.
Orang lama.
Okay. Teo. Go.
Okay.
Siapa nama kita kali ni?
Hari ni kita ada special guest. Kita sama dengan Azmyl Yunor. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming. Thank you for meluangkan masa dengan kita orang ni.
Bukan senang tu.
Bukan senang. Kita orang ni baru je.
Kita ziarah.
Ziarah. So abang Azmyl panggil abang Azmyl ke takut terasa tua kan. Panggil abang kan. Okay.
Bodoh lah ni.
Okay abang Azmyl. So how are you nowadays? Tengah busy buat apa? Ada macam-macam projek. Tapi I tahu a week ago you just released a new music video, which is Penghasut Blues. That's a good track. So is that currently what you're doing? Tengah recording, tengah release material ke macam mana? Apa yang baru buat nowadays ni?
Sekarang ni cuba, because that's Penghasut Blues from my 2020 album, Jambangi Blues. So that's in the long run of nak promo album tu lah. Ada lagu-lagu, tapi juga it's an ongoing thing. Aku bikin dengan filmmakers, kawan-kawan yang filmmaker, some students yang on. Memang mungkin rakan-rakan yang saya dah lama nak collaborate ni ada Chan. Jadi so itu kira ongoing project lah, music videos, lyric videos. I'm trying to lepas COVID, MCO ni semua kita kena adapt lah. Adapt or die lah. Betul. Gig tak ada, so kita kena cari different way. So that's on my plate lah, long term. Tapi album tu masih ada. Saya masih tengah promo. Kalau orang nak beli, saya deliver ke rumah. Beli sembang sikit. Semua SOP compliant. Jadi
macam mana nak order tu? I ingat ada email.
Boleh email john.bangi.blues@gmail. Atau paling simple, use Google je nama I, kat Instagram ke Facebook, just message je lah. Sekarang senang sangat.
Senang. Boleh DM, boleh slide.
DM.
Very direct.
Handphone je tak ada. Itu private sikit.
Kalau iPhone tak boleh, jangan macam. Okay, so macam we are talking about Penghasut Blues. Okay, it's a blues song. Macam to me if you ask, kalau tanya aku lah kan, tanya aku, macam Azmyl Yunor is well known dengan folk. Folk, macam lagu pun semua akustik, lagu tentang tiba keluar one blues. Keluar one blues yang riff macam keras-keras ni semua ni tau. So macam mana boleh ada idea? I know macam you dah main dengan Mahaja Commission, Band Beaches. Are you still. Kalau kau duduk Subang dulu, Band Beaches, legend. So macam you have played a lot of genres. Dah macam genre lah, dengan folk, blues, you can play everything. So how you choose that genre? Macam is it feel ataupun dah play awal macam okay for this, kalau project seorang-seorang, main akustik, main folk. Tapi kalau macam dengan band, okay, I can go keras-keras sikit macam mana. So how does that thought process goes?
That's I think a very interesting question. Jangan dapat share.
Yes.
So I mean like my band, all the bands yang I'm involved in atau yang I form, selalunya dengan kawan-kawan, jumpa member yang sehaluan, let's try this, try that. So in other words, banyak band because ramai kawan-kawan yang kenal yang dia orang pun on, let's start a band. So that happens. So I tak pernah audition, Tak pernah audition for band or audition band members. Terus jalan. Tapi in terms of genre, so macam mana jadi solo ni menarik lah. Because aku selalu joke lah, kata banyak singer-songwriter ni semua actually frustrated band members. Semua masa college ada band, tapi Malaysia banyak komitmen, setengah tak boleh, kena kerja, pergi belajar, pecah. So kalau you, macam I pun sama lah, masa college dulu adalah band first time masuk jamming studio masa college, tak pernah masuk before tu. So I late bloomer jugalah. Okay, then memang tulis lagu untuk band, tapi then I dapat chance pergi study overseas, masa tu jadi busker. Lepas tu band pecah, tapi I masih berkarya.
Yes.
Tapi depressed jugalah, nak main band. Tapi dah fikir, then discover music baru, kawan-kawan dari band lama, share, like, check out this, macam lo-fi, punk, then you find out was a folk, blues. Ini memang tradisi lama. Then you fikir, Malaysia pun dulu ada juga penyanyi-penyanyi yang seorang-seorang. So by default I jadi solo.
Okay.
So tak pernah like one day I want to, this is my, macam sekarang klise reality show, your time to shine, you're on stage. Aku tak pernah fikir macam tu. tak pernah ada in my wildest dream jadi musician. Tapi fikir I boleh nyanyi lagu I. So what do? You ada lagu, you main lagu lah, and then you boleh release. So everything fall into place. Jadi solo tu bagus juga. Masa tu aku tengah student, aku belajar kat Perth, Australia, 90-an. So masa tu tak ada internet ada lah, tapi Perth tu boring gila.
Ya ke?
Betul.
Orang tak nak keluar sini. Orang lain
Bukan semua negara Mak Saleh menarik. Not everywhere macam TV tau, macam New York. Kita ingat negara Mak Saleh semua New York, London. So aku ke situ sebab dekat Australia. Perth tu kalau kau tengok map, same time zone Malaysia. 90-an pun aku ke sana sebab affordable lah. So anyway, masa aku sana aku nak cari part time job. So orang semua tak nak kerja restoran dengan mama, basuh pinggan semua tak reply. So kecewa juga kan, band tak ada, belajar. Lepas tu satu hari aku jalan kat bandar tengok buskers. So tengok busker ni, aku rasa very important lah. Ni kira light bulb ni moment lah.
Life changing.
Simple, memang tengah ukuk kat bandar tengok busker. Then like suddenly aku terfikir, I can be better, man, than this busker. Then you see yang terror punya, I can maybe learn. So I found out, macam nak busking, senang je, apply permit. Lepas tu kena, kat Australia permit dia $1 sebulan.
$1 sebulan. For that space lah.
Bukan, just for the permit. And you can go anywhere. Perth wasn't big town. So simple lah. So aku sign up. And tak ada orang Asia tau. Orang Asia tak ada busking. So aku mulalah try lah. Then respond menarik. And then that became my thing lah. Itu kira aku punya, itu sekolah muzik aku lah, busking.
Starting point.
Starting point. So you main. Betul, orang tak peduli, you busking, masa tu aku belajar harmonika sebab like, aku tak boleh main gitar solo. Kena ada. Lepas tu aku suka Bob Dylan, Neil Young semua ada kan. Tom Petty, pakai. So sambil busking, sambil practice, semua in one. Lepas tu orang kasih duit, alright.
It works.
And then also the social part comes in also, because you see a different world as a busker. Orang treat you different. Macam kalau you busking, nobody touches you, man. You are actually macam respect. Kau fikir kau busking kena rompak ke apa. People macam lain lah. Dia fikir they respect the buskers. And then I saw masa busking tu, orang homeless kadang-kadang yang nampak macam orang rabak ke apa, dia orang kasih ke duit, man. So you understand humanity lah. Aku nak basking, so like satu bum alkoholik pandang aku. So dia nak silok aku duit.
Cuba.
Lepas tu dia datang, kasih duit saya. Brother. Then blah.
Like that.
Wow. Ada sekali seorang orang Italian, old Italian man datang, dia tengok basking, tenung je. So, ni dia punya area ke apa ni? Dia datang, lepas tu aku dah habis basking, dia bagi tahu aku, anybody find trouble with you look for me. Dia bilang, alright. Tapi itu sekali je aku jumpa dia, tak nampak lagi. By the way, benda-benda pengalaman yang macam ni lah yang bila aku fikir back about music, my music, ni yang paling, this closest to me lah, yang aku suka. Ada sekali aku busking pun satu family Australia, orang asli dia Aboriginals.
Yes.
Dan Aboriginal kat Australia ni dia memang macam orang asli mana-mana lah. Dia selalunya economically poor. Dia macam ditindas, banyak yang ada problem homeless, drunk. So sana ada stigma lah. Dia tengok Aborigin kan. So even kalau aku jalan biasa kat bandar ke, dia orang minta duit, okey kasih. Kalau rokok lagi bayar, rokok dia orang satu, okey. Orang biasa pun bukan Ebo saja lah. Itu Mat Saleh pun sama 2 kali 5. Tapi yang pentingnya aku dengan basking one night, satu family datang, aku selalu basking malam. Lepas tu dia minta pinjam gitar, so aku pinjam gitar aku fikir sebab ni ada atuk, ada pakcik, ada bapak, ada anak, satu generasi tau.
The whole family members
dah. Tapi nampak lah dia memang rough lah mungkin. Bukan homeless tapi very poor. Start nyanyi. Lepas tu seorang tu main lagu Aborigin ni lagu. Lepas tu atuk nangis macam emo. So, pegang tangan nyanyi sama-sama kan. Wah. So tiba-tiba like we connected man. Like lepas tu kasih aku main, dia kasih balik gitar aku. Dia kata, brother play one song. Okay, play Knocking Heaven's Door. Wow, dia orang emo. Thank you brother, kasih aku duit. Alamak man. It's like you see this other world. So I think kalau macam banyak orang macam kita orang Malaysia study overseas, kita stay dengan student, kawan-kawan dia kan. So
stay dalam circle.
So I kind of threw myself out lah. Like, macam tu pengalaman yang tak mana boleh sign up pengalaman
tak ada. Aku tak rasa student Malaysia yang duduk kat sana pun boleh dapat benda ni.
Betul.
Because mereka tak ada balls.
Betul. That's why I always wonder like, kenapa? Why am I the first? I'm sure macam London, aku selalu banyak musicians yang otai kan, dia pergi London basking. Ada sana ni. Tapi macam di bandar tu, di Perth, sebab situ banyak student juga. Aku fikir kenapa tak ada orang Asia pun seorang.
Yang buat basking.
Yang basking ke. Tapi yang kadang-kadang kalau ada pun orang Jepun. Tapi okay lah, tu kasih aku niche lah. So that became aku punya branding lah. Sekarang semua perkataan kan branding. So I'm the Asian guy nyanyi macam orang hitam orang putih tapi Asia. So pernah orang lalu pandang macam dia tak boleh connect suara tu dengan suara. Dan sebab tu dia kasih aku duit.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, what is this?
Lain macam basking kat luar. Tapi kat KL ada any when you back in KL macam ada try basking that
tak pernah. No, I tell you before I pergi sana aku tak pernah basking. Sebab masa tu pun di Malaysia masa 90-an aku start main battle of bands. So my first band tu pun bukanlah serius sangat. Music pun not trendy of the time lah. The time was grunge, you know. So but my stuff more jangly, you know, macam R.E.M. Aku was big R.E.M. fan. Tapi that's even though R.E.M. popular, tapi macam scene lagi keras kan. So our band never really ada main gig banyak. So aku pun pergi Central Market pernah nampak bas-bas ke. Tapi itu je lah. Tak pernah terfikir. Jadi sebab tu. Sebab bila balik tu barulah berkecimpung. Dan kena member basket ni become some my heroes. Yang singer-songwriter yang folk. Macam Mior, Nan Blues, Nick. So all these guys will introduce me to bila aku balik lah dari Australia. Ni quite penting lah. Masa tu aku realise buat benda solo ni ada lain je, ada cabang dia. Yes, kalau kita grow up dengan western punya style, kita tengok band-band, kita punya reference pun western kan.
Betul.
Rock band, lepas tu solo, Bob Dylan. Tapi tiba-tiba dia intro aku pada Indonesian folk macam Iwan Fals semua. So there's this other universe which is here kat Nusantara, next door. So that's when aku mula compose dulu banyak lagu Inggeris. Lepas tu cuba I think I can do this man. So that was the next step lah bila balik. Masa tu dah buat, aku pun memang release cassette. Record Walkman. So very punk lah. Mungkin 10 kopi. Dan aku mail back kat kawan balik. Dia ni kira 97, 98.
Kau kat mana masa tu?
97 aku baru darjah 3. Aku tengah layan Doraemon kat rumah.
Betul lah. Aku kata satu.
Kata satu. Kata satu. 97 kata satu.
Aku lost map. Aku lost count. Call me stupid ya.
Okay Abang Azmyl, aku nak celah sebab kata okay, macam you dah come back from Australia dan you have seen all the buskernya scene during that time. Masa tu at what moment yang that make you think macam aku boleh buat music ni as a not really main because now you are lecturing, so you have your own side hustle at the side. Tapi at what point yang buat you fikir macam I can be serious in music. Yes.
This kind of work.
Sebab zaman tu okay, macam
betul.
zaman sekarang kau ada YouTube, kau buka you tengok macam okay, there's a platform that I can show my music there. That time there's no
platform.
There's no platform.
Betul.
So what made you fikir macam okay, this thing boleh jalan.
Okay. That's an interesting question. Yeah, because it's easy to when you look back kan, you fikir sekarang, sekarang ada internet, YouTube. Dulu macam mana? Is it like a desert? Like, tak ada apa-apa kan. But things were happening. I mean, there was the underground scene. There was but itulah. I mean, you will find out pasal scene ni sebab mungkin ada kawan ke ajak. So it's not something you can find somewhere.
Yes.
There's no like kau boleh tulis surat dalam surat khabar, saya nak info lagi untuk Malaysian. Tak ada tempat kan.
Tak ada.
Yeah. So I got by chance because band member dari college tu yang bila aku belah, dia orang met another friend dari Kelang, dia orang jadi like a noise experimental band. So from then, you see kalau kau main experimental kat Malaysia, tak ada scene 90-an, tak ada. Where do you play?
So nak potong furniture.
Tak nak. This free. I know Ronnie later. So this is before that. It's way before that.
Okay.
So this band was called Meet the Mimic. So they weren't. I wasn't a band, but they were my bandmates and they were friends. They orang yang because you were experimental, the only scene that really is open to music pelik ni is usually a punk scene anywhere in the world. So the punk scene close to the art scene. So they would play. So they send ada kawan cerita lah, dia main gig. I think a grindcore gig, then dia orang main. So crowd tak tahu buat apa. So later on bila Maharaja Convention form, we same thing. When we first started gigging, we played grindcore shows, man. So like and then kita main. Crowd tak tahu nak buat apa. Bila grindcore you more.
Dia jadi kayu sekejap.
So we joke lah, we used to be crowd control lah. Riot control. But from that the friends would connect me to the guys from punk scenes. Those guys like Joe Kid, he was the one like hey, he had a zine. So bila aku balik sini, aku jumpa dia, kasih kaset. So from that lah. And then but the main thing is why macam mana aku confident boleh buat, because it was the discovery of DIY punk philosophy lah.
Those zines.
Yes, zines and making your own albums.
DIY mentality.
So that changed everything.
Nanti aku tua aku jadi macam ni.
Tak payah tua sekarang boleh. Sekarang boleh.
Okay. Tapi kita main gitar dulu lah. Kita tak main gitar.
Tak apa. Tak payah main gitar. Tak payah. No, I tell you something about gitar. Aku bukan jenis yang fetishize the guitar. Gitar solo. I actually fucking hate the guitar. Bukanlah hate sampai fuck you guitar. It's more like it's a tool lah. Macam aku tukang ni, aku punya penukul tu je lah. So guitar to me is that it's a tool which I can make songs from. And I can play it. Kalau aku mungkin genius lagi, aku akan main harpsichord ke, tak tahu apalah, violin ke. Tapi by itu lah.
But how does that process pilih gitar?
I mean like
asal tak piano.
I did belajar piano.
Okay.
Ada kejap. Then like my piano teacher I actually very inspired. He was also quite important. Because my parents ada piano, belajar piano, lepas tu aku kata aku nak belajar gitar. So aku form 5 baru belajar gitar. Sebab aku dah mual main lagu orang. Lepas tu orang Eropah yang dah mampus lama. Yalah lagu klasikal kan. Nothing against classical music, but that is it. It's music of people who are dead. Anyway, nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
Nirvana still awesome. Jim Morrison is still, Jimi Hendrix.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
But anyway, so from my music teacher tu, aku sebenarnya kidal. So aku beli gitar ni bukan tahu apa. Aku form 5 beli gitar. So my teacher right-handed. So beli right-handed lah. So dia belajar right-handed classical. Aku ingat nylon. So aku pick up lah belajar from him. So tu aku right-handed, tapi aku sebenarnya left-handed. Tapi music teacher Cikgu Syarum namanya. Dia dari Kajang. So dia lepas kelas lalu aku buat Milo ke apa, menyoti, sembang lepas kelas. Lepas tu dia bercerita nothing about music. Dia selalu. Lepas tu dia cakap macam, for example lah, tahu tak kenapa jalan raya tu berlubang? Jalan raya berlubang. Kenapa lah? Itu tanggungjawab ni, apa ni, municipal ke apa ni semua. Okay. Lepas tu tak tahu, aku tak nak mau bawa conversation tu ke mana, tak tahu lah. Memang ada awkward silent lah.
Something out of music
lah.
Memang out. So, tapi dia lepak, lepas tu dia belah. Things like that start daripada the music. So I think so aku start fikir, I wouldn't say that's masa I got into really social music, like protest folk. I don't know, but at least I think he demystified lah music to me. Like manusia ni manusia juga. Music is music.
Yeah.
But musicians bukannya, I know we all humans want to be special. Yes, musician type memang lain. We are different.
Yeah.
Tapi I think everybody is different but same too. We're human. So I think benda macam ni tak ada lah. Mana ada? Folk ni tak ada benda album. Yang paling famous singer-songwriter masa tu Azmyl Yunor. So dia pun English punya genre. Masa tu era pop singer tau. Sudirman, aku ikut band-band rock, Search ke Madison, all these bands yang itu aku selalu tengok music. Aku suka tengok bila dia orang kat TV kan, selalu ikut music. But bila you find out ada macam boleh macam first time dengar Bob Dylan, suara macam ni pun boleh jadi famous. Orang kata suara Bob Dylan buruk kan. So it's not so much buruk, it's more like why macam mana? Dia punya lirik, cerita dia lain. Okay. So you start to get out of that, And I think that's why hati-hati solo dan DIY punk really open up. Dan aku realise that bukan cara tu je nak jadi musician. Cause kalau kau ikut cara industri ni, kau ada lagu, kau buat demo, kau hantar kan, recording company, dan you hope dia suka lagu you. Tapi bila aku fikir masa tu, bila found out punk, aku bikin album terus. Apa nak hantar-hantar ni? So my albums last time panjang, like ada mungkin berbelas lagu. Cuma sebab kaset yang boleh kau nak buat album masa tu 60 minit. So takkanlah belik kan kalau aku buat album separuh je, separuh tu kosong. So I had to have put lagu. So that became my training. So kena penuhkan 60 minit punya kaset. Tapi looking back, actually banyak lagu yang boleh trim lah. Tapi you nak fill up the cassette.
Semangat DIY nya feeling tu.
Try this, buat covers ni, cut and paste. So mana soal, apa soalan ni? Aku mau ke laut.
So dia soalan dia okey lah, dia macam apa? Soalan apa kau tanya ni?
Sorry, aku ke laut sikit.
Tak apa, sebab cerita best. Tapi macam yelah, soalan is macam zaman-zaman tu kan, doing that.
How do you
how you decide macam boleh
push
this career, is it this career? It's a career.
I was stubborn lah. I was quite foolish juga. Aku fikir I can do this, cari makan. And then after a while you realise tak boleh lah. Mana boleh, you kena jadi pop musician ke, or like I wasn't interested in anything. I wasn't interested in industry. I wasn't interested, aku pun there's a certain personality budak yang main music, underground. Kita ni kira loner. We're not extrovert. We don't go in front. I'm the best.
Look at me, type of guy.
Exactly. So guys who pick up guitar, write songs, tend to be introverted. I was too. I main song. But I realised like lepas dah buat tu, buat apa? Perform lah. Macam bikin filem, takkan simpan dalam hard drive. Show lah.
Kena release. Time tu tak ada internet. So you have to go out more and go and play.
So the thing is, bila you mula buat benda macam tu ni, you mula tanya-tanya lah. I ada kaset. What do I do? Kau jual kat gig lah. You got kaset? There's a gig coming up. You nak main? Okay. So things start to happen when you do things one by one. I think maybe it can also, I think a lot of people don't go ahead sebab dia fikir, kena ni. Lepas tu fikir banyak sangat. Tak payah.
So dia macam dia simpan. Dia peram lama sangat lagu tu. Dia don't want to release it. Aku rasa that nowadays macam banyak band having that.
I think you need to be able to let go. Itu penting. So for me that was more natural because I tak ada deadline. I wasn't like aku kena join ni. So it was a learning curve lah.
Is it like kena percaya trust the process lah?
Just the process, trust the process and meet other people yang bila aku zaman kawan-kawan aku in total yang rapat tak sampai jari I. So fikir like I don't know people macam perkataan network pun tak pernah fikir. How do I start? So you start from zero lah. So from there on, I kena kawan, and you find out another friend yang my music sama-sama. Oh, you like this band? Oh, you like check out this album. So the love comes from loving music. And then kau bawa kenal orang lain.
Betul.
Kalau industri terbalik, kau kena like you must know this person, you must know this one. Ampu this guy or whatever lah, listen to this guy, So terbalik. So I was very organic lah. So start from below. So only mula start main gig lah, like balik sini mana-mana art gallery main je, kita acoustic senang.
Betul.
But that's the easy thing about being solo. Kau tak payah tunggu orang.
Tunggu band member.
Yes. Aku still like being in a band. That's why I got so many bands. But sometimes I realise I can do this alone because of the busking. I realise I can do this. And aku busking tak ada guna amp tau. Semua just so aku belajar architecture sikit. Macam mana? Okay, kena tempat ada roof, so that the sound, So,
dekat masa Abang Azmyl belajar dekat Perth kan. So memang dia orang tak pakai mic ke apa. Ada like bare voice like that.
Macam Perth because it's smaller town, so ada orang pakai mic tapi most of them tak ada. Ada seorang tu main piano tu. Aku fikir tiap-tiap hari mana dia tolak piano ni. So itu sekali tu
zaman tu 90s.
Later on bila dia habis aku lepak sembang dengan dia. So dia ni, he was middle age guy. So dia kata, ni dia punya City Hall tolong simpan. So dia tolak the store. It's like, best man. Itu memang, you know, like when you talk about government ke apa tolong each other. I mean, that's very important. Like it or not. I mean, to permit pun is, because it's official. So you feel protected juga. Dia orang tahu you're there. It's not so much like, kau kena bayar gitu. No, it's so that they know. And then ada banyak rule dia. Kau tak boleh dekat dengan pintu, and then so dia tak ada spot, dia boleh mana-mana kau nak pergi. Tapi ada rule dia lah, tak boleh dekat dengan pintu, dan between performer kena berapa kaki. So sekali tu aku tengah nak usha this awet lah, cute lah, dia kerja dekat chemist. So aku nak aku main situ kat luar. Hope dia impress lah, tapi dia mungkin tak dengar kot. Lepas tu orang tap aku, police. Sorry mate, you're a bit loud, can you move? Saya okay. Saya ingat
dia tak rude lah,
dia tak rude.
Tak macam sini lah. Tak macam sini lah.
So
ambil itibar kalau ada government dia tengah tengok.
Yes.
Anyone boleh ambil itibar, boleh contact.
Sama hari polis
Boleh contact Abang Azmyl macam mana nak buat dia punya blueprint dia.
You kena respect. I mean, you are on someone's turf. So betul. I mean, benda-benda ni bukannya pusat basking je. Macam kalau kita pergi hiking pun kena respect hutan.
Betul.
Betul
Dia
lah.
organize. It's organized.
They have the organisation.
Dia tak tunggang langgang. Walaupun basking pun still dia organize juga.
Betul.
Betul. Macam tak ada kat sini. Betul.
I mean, I think the last 10 years here have improved lah. Status basking. Sebelum tu awal 2000-an pun masa like basking was still seen as macam orang mengemis. So it's a very wrong conception. So but that's changed. I think that's positive now. Suddenly everybody's basking, right?
You prove it. You dah bagi tahu dekat sini kan. You dah buktikan pun, Okay. Aku nak tanya.
Tanya.
Abang Azmyl Yunor. Why folk? You dah go through punk, all the kawan-kawan you join the band, you play pretty much everything.
Main dengan best musician.
Okay. I think I mean it's what I do at home. Kalau aku duduk kat rumah seorang-seorang, gitar apa aku angkat, selalu akustik. And then that moment duduk seorang-seorang main, I like that. So then when you realise that this is a genre. Oh, you mean there's listeners? Ada orang release album. Okay lah, I'll follow that. Then you start dengar the albums like, okay, Nick Drake. That's the style ni, okay. So acoustic guitar memang my first instrument yang string aku belajar memang acoustic guitar. So aku dah tahu tu. Secondly, masa basking tu pun was acoustic. So masa tu tak fikir lagi, even though my first cassette album was called folk. Tapi I wasn't thinking macam like I'm a folk artist, I think folk by default because it's quick, it's immediate, and I think I always joke kalau blackout pun kau masih boleh main. Betul. So
dia tak ada isu dekat gig
tak ada
gig lama elektrik tak ada.
Tak apa. Show must go on. So I mean the acoustic guitar is something that I think is very mobile. I think that's why it's popular. So you could say that lah. So
that's the reason why folk.
That's why I play folk. It's something that I can do alone. And then later on you realize there's this whole tradition. of folk, blues, country.
Yes.
Yang this whole history. So my ayah dia suka dengar lagu pop lagu country. Masa kecil selalu balik kampung dengar. So then I dengar balik, say, oh, this guys are this. Then you find the universe.
Yeah.
Say, oh, orang lain. So I mean, yeah, folk is a genre, yes. And you know, if you're a musician, and this is probably a tip lah. Like, how do you promote yourself? You need a genre. You can't say like, kau main apa? Anything, bro. You know, play all genres. No, I think people need to know. So mungkin masa itu folk Malaysia tak, wasn't cool lah. Nobody was doing folk, even though there's other singer-songwriter out there. Tapi macam underground scene, ada few people in there, but nobody came out and said folk. You know, and folk's also philosophy. You know, way of living. Memang rabak. Kau main folk, kau kena rabak.
Betul.
Mio, my hero, Mio selalu kata, no, folk ni memang kena rabak, kena barai. I think bukan kena, dia kata, kau tengok history of folk musicians, they tend to be that. It's not music to make them like that. It's like, it's your response to your world. So you know, you play that kind of music because it's like your conversation with the divine. Betul tak? When kau tulis lagu sendiri, it's very personal, man.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes you say things that maybe you sing things or you write something you don't want orang lain dengar. You know, mungkin like, oh, I'm brave, I'm strong. Tapi sensitive, you know. So maybe itu orang kata folk ni, oh, memang usia awet, no suka. Let me just the big misconception. If you don't be playing folk, that, you know, dastan mana ada Sheeran. So my folk, people like it. Tapi you know, like for me, folk was always the more rugged guys lah. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan. You know, so that's how folk. I think everything lah, the larger universe that folk comes from, which is blues, country, and also the individual, the person. You know, it comes from us. You know, so that the idea of the individual is very. I think that's very attractive to me that time, because I always felt I was alone. You know, band tak ada, or I was alone overseas. You know, we always feel alone in this world. So what medium do you find as a response to you being this world? So this get philosophical sikit. Tapi it is a response to that. So like, you feel powerful when I have the guitar and the song and I sing to someone. It's not to show like aku terror. It's more like somebody understands, can connect. It's like, I feel exactly like that. I feel not so alone now. And for me, that's magic. And that one, there's no currency to that. Sales album, nothing. For me, that's more meaningful than berapa unit berapa unit ke, lepas tu aku jadi duta 3 in 1 ke, hey minum ni, I don't want that. For me, like, you know, that so that's always meaningful for me. And if you ask me like, where you find that drive, is that I think is trying to reconnect with others, you know, through your art lah, you know.
Okay, Abang Azmyl, I dapat sense lah dekat sini you buat lagu sebenarnya based on what you feeling lah. Usually it's always like that lah. But dalam satu interview you cakap about what the show I forgot. Okay. I think something bandwagon, something like that. You doing the show, and then at the end of the show you said, that's only what we need. We need just only 3 chords and the truth. You say like that. So I shout, wow, this is fucking cool, man. Like, so I think that that's the answer now. I got the answer already. You elaborate beautifully.
I mean that phrase 3 chords and the truth, the origin came from Woody Guthrie. He was this folk singer in the 30s or 20s US. Bob Dylan punya hero. And you know, so when people talk about punk rock, you know, they use that term also, 3 chords. Only it's 3 chords. You know, and the truth or whatever. So you see the roots of punk and rock and roll and all this goes back to that folk apa. So, you know,
it's always that.
It's always that. When you start tracing that, so if you suka sejarah, and bukan sejarah sekolah, itu memang boring sikit. Sebab cara mengajarnya boring. Subjek tu menarik sebenarnya.
Betul.
Tapi kalau you suka music, your trajectory is to go backwards actually. You want to find out siapa influence. Then you find out like, oh, you're listening to, bila aku first time dengar blues punya recording tak clear, mono. One person. So it's like that sounds like me in my bedroom when I'm playing. So that's probably one more answer why folk is like, hey man, wow, connect dengan that African American blues player. So whatever lah. I mean, you kena ada that lah yang sincerity to yourself that you enjoy making it. So for me the rest is all bonus lah.
Interesting. Okay lah, macam we're still on the genre of blues. On arrangement. Okay, macam okay, as far as my experience, folk is always about telling a story, But Abang Azmyl punya style tiba-tiba macam, yes, you started with telling a story, then suddenly you went to social, macam what's going on. I don't think aku nak dengar folk yang cerita pasal current issues.
It's getting intense.
It's getting
dirty,
intense.
you know?
So what's the inspiration? Macam how do you think macam okay, first of all, macam mana the idea of writing a lyrics yang agak macam mana makan dalam macam berkias. Yes, your lyrics very berkias. You might talk about someone, I don't want to say nama, but you are telling it as a generalnya tu. So macam mana from the process of writing, and then you rasa macam okay, I can go with folk, and then you rasa macam okay, I can put this as my lead single. Macam nak currently
Pengasut blues.
Aku tahu cerita pasal siapa. I know you're totally. I think everyone gets the idea. But how do you feel macam okay, lagu ni this is my first single, I want to talk about this guy.
And and sort of like abang buat satu boundary yang this is my playground. I don't cross that.
Yes.
I don't cross that. Macam mana?
Well, you're trying different things. So bila I started out, I memang nak lepas gian main country kind of. Then bila I did that EP, Tenets EP 2005. So that one very country. So orang dengar macam dia kata, "Oi, macam Mat Saleh." Okay, that was like a compliment lah. Oh, okay. But at the same time, I nak buat something that's me, Malaysian. So actually started from that. So next album I started doing more Malay songs, and and the songs came from experiences in real life. It might not be directly about it, tapi came from moments macam tu. So slowly, actually I'm very interested. What makes Malaysian music Malaysian? Is it a sound? Because we used to like, kau Malaysian music kena ada instrument ni, instrument that, kau kena do things certain way. But I wanted to approach that in a different way. Like, I can be still Malaysian, tapi maybe dengan tema, or maybe the story is coming up from the song, that makes it Malaysian, not the instrument. My instrument semua Western. So orang bukan kata, you're not Malaysian lah bro, but aku punya lorat more Malaysian than you're singing or whatever lah. Cerita I local, So it's also about reclaiming that, because I think when we talk about Malaysian music, we link it a lot to traditional music. Nothing wrong with that, but we can also be tulis pasal pengalaman sebagai manusia yang hidup di Malaysia ke mana-mana, guna instrumen yang mungkin bukan lokal, tapi dia punya intipati lirik dia, cerita dia very Malaysian. So ini Indonesian yang music yang very inspiring to me lah. So guys macam like I was introduced to Iwan Fals, Gombloh, there's so many more, Benjamin S. There's so many different musicians there yang they make it local. Dia nyanyi macam relatable. And for me, the growing up yang paling tak relatable tau. So zaman aku sekolah dulu, bahasa baku kat sekolah. Mengapa kamu di sana? It's like, who speak? Mana orang cakap macam tu?
Betul.
So aku masa sekolah bila dengar lagu popular, pop song, dia orang kena ikut. Kalau tak, lagu tu tak boleh pergi. So that's how music industry is sometimes shaped by the people in power that time. So bila fikir, mungkin niche tu aku nak nyanyi style macam aku lah. Like, apa ni? Aku budak KL. Apa cakap apa macam no good buat Kelantan style. Like that's great. I think we got so much local stuff yang tak translate. So early on that was always been my interest. Aku nak buat something yang local. So bila main lagu English, aku lepas yang kau lah country punya sound, voice ke. Tapi bila aku berkarya bahasa Melayu, I knew what I don't want. Jadi aku tahu, and sometimes it's also about skill lah. Aku ni bukan skill sangat, memang punk rock lah. So don't ask me to do like traditional, because like I can make my interpretation. So that's how I think. From that, what you do. So then, because you are limited by your instrument, there's not much I can do. Aku bukan boleh belajar chord macam skill. You could do that, but that's not me. I hate practice. I hate practicing.
As usual.
Kita orang pun.
We too. So you can so today if you sign up now for Azmyl's 101, you can still be musician without practicing. So actually that's my secret lah. Actually my whole career is about how do I get away from tak payah practice. And malas lah. So what you need to strengthen? Well, you need to strengthen your storytelling skill lah.
Yes.
You know, and that's not just your songs. It's also when you combine live, you have opportunity between song, banter. People forget that kan. Selalu lepas band habis kan. Masih ya, okay. Kejap You know, there's dead air. Crowd datang, you know.
End of the story like that is
end
not
story.
really nice lah.
I need where like masa aku belajar kat Australia, buka mata sikit lah. Bila pergi gig, sana you tengok musicians between set, dia boleh sembang, you know, like lagu emo serious tapi between song dia buat kelakar, you know, that balances it.
Dia entertainer.
Yeah, because you have a responsibility tau, musician tau. Kalau kau main live, orang datang, parking, mungkin kena dapat, you know, okay dari bini, bukan senang nak keluar kadang, dah kahwin ni, nak tengok band, you know, so yes, everybody has different cabaran nak keluar, pergi gig, so you know, you better not waste that time lah. So that's always been a philosophy. So how do I? So I need to. It wasn't macam aku ada kertas. Oh, I must improve this. It's just like memang trial and error lah. So aku mula Sembang masa first gigging dulu sebab nervous lah juga. Saya cakap apa? So saya benda-benda bodoh lah macam like Malaysia orang selalu tanya, dah makan? Kau main gig lah. Dah makan lah. Dan orang tak expect the answer kan. Dia ingat dia ingat macam tu je kan. Kuala Lumpur, how are you? Saya dah makan. So people remember you for this.
I think more
people sometimes remember you for your funny things yang, you know, macam even kau dating pun, kau handsome pun, tapi you know, whoever likes you will like you for your funny thing. You know, same thing audience sama juga. Lagu kau emo tapi I like that part when you said this. You know, make me appreciate the song more. So from there lah, I mean, macam nak kata, I develop storytelling. So when you start relating people, what do people relate most? So, mungkin pengalaman sama, like kita orang Malaysia.
You know, we go through the same trouble.
We go through the same,
So you're trying to talk about it.
Talk about it. Because nobody's talking about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Yeah. I mean, now it's very noisy online, social media, Twitter and all that. Tapi that's boring lah, kena tengok phone je. Aku nak dengar lagu, you know. So I guess from that lah.
Let's make it popping lah.
Macam popping. And you know, it's also that, you know, kita ni susah payah sangat nak tulis lagu, inspirasi duduk, nak inspirasi lagu. Actually it's all around you. Aku buka surat khabar kan, muka dia ni lagi, okay, nak cek. You know? So I'm using that negativity though, you know, of our everyday lives. So there's one song, the album Sembang Blues called It's Not Easy, where the line of this, I say, turning shit to gold. I think that's very important. So my business is about turning shit to gold. Your experiences, you know, if you had a bad experience, what you do with it? You know, do you peram dalam, betul, like you become a very paranoid or anxious person, or do you channel that somewhat, let it out into a song that you can repeat and it's cathartic, you know, dengar, you know, like, you know. So that's it. I think for me it's always about that. You know, there's a lot of bullshit in our life we live in.
Yep.
There's a lot of bullshit. So what you do? You want to be angry all the time? You're not being fair to yourself.
Betul.
And the people around you bad mood. Oh, if you bad, you marah, so not good for you tau.
Betul.
Makan dalam.
So actually what I'm doing is, I should get some funding from Ministry of Health. I'm trying to
mental awareness.
It is. I mean, like
mental health awareness.
It is. It is about making the best of what we have in this world.
Yes.
So I think, you know, I don't mean to sound exotic, but that's how I practical. You know, if I got bad experience masa I was studying there, I kena tangkap dalam tram, tak ada tiket. So aku kena saman weh. Tapi bengang tu bengang lah. Tapi dan fikir, dah dekat setahun lebih aku tak bayar. So ni macam bayar balik lah. But still aku kena tangkap tu. So I wrote a song. It's on the album Warga. About kena tangkap dalam tram. So bila aku main gig kelak-kelak, lagu ni besar lah, kena tangkap tram. Tak apalah, bas pun kira lah. So ada satu audience like, I kena bro, or I was there, I kena.
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's the magic of it.
So don't underestimate your own personal experiences in your everyday life as human beings. I think we all experience similar things, you know, and you know, that itself is already opportunity to relate to your audience. Everybody's, I mean that's why lagu Cinta So Terror, because everybody's got a heartbroken before.
True.
Walaupun kadang heartbroken dah mangan-mangan je. Most guys dalam tu fikir-fikir.
Dia layan dia sendiri.
Layan otak sendiri.
So that's it. I think
Azmyl Yunor, no lines. We just langgar saja.
Langgar je.
We just wrote what you feel.
Yes.
Punk, that's punk.
Truthfulness, bro.
That's punk, man.
But it's a lot of trial and error lah. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of songs yang tak best, you know. So but you know, it's a learning. You learn. If you like learning, why not? This is, you know, I like learning. I like new experiences.
Okay.
So you know, it's stay humble lah.
Yeah.
You know, just
That's a good thing.
Open your heart.
Stay humble, open your heart.
open your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kadang kita orang tepu kan. Dengar keras, kalau dengar lagu folk macam tak keras.
Aku pernah satu kali tu aku you know, kita pang kan.
Kita kita pang
Aku dengar semua lagu, Tapi bila kita dah dengar keras-keras dalam kereta mana-mana dengan kawan. Like that. So bila ada satu masa tu kita dengar satu lagu folk kan. Aku suka dengar Glenn Hansard.
Oh, okay.
Glenn
Yes.
Hansard. Aku lupa tajuk dia. Tapi lagu tu buat aku crack babe. Aku macam fuck man, depressed kejap. Sebab aku lupa tajuk lagu. Tapi dia banyak jerit lah. Memang macam kalau aku jerit macam ni lah kot. Dia memang I think that's what touch my heart like, as a listener. And then I think that's what Azmyl Yunor try to project lah. Like speak the heart. Speak the heart for people, those yang ada benda tu tapi dia tak boleh nak keluarkan ataupun dia
I do on your behalf. I do it for you.
So memang nangis bib.
Aku terfikir soalan cepumas ni. Okay, we're talking about speaking the truth kan. And then when you're talking macam lagu Abang Azmyl sekarang banyak pasal social punya tu kan. Pernah kena kacau tak? Pernah tak macam anyone macam Wani, I don't think you should talk about this. It's a sensitive issue. Do you really think the freedom of speech ni does really work in KL?
Okay.
Ni tu orang kat luar. Mana tahu kat luar tu ada rebel-rebel
Okay.
yang macam things yang macam maybe my song is too controversial. Lagu aku ni macam kontroversi ni.
Okay.
Kena kacau tak? Is that would do you on your level lah?
Tiba-tiba dapat DM. Jangan cakap pasal ni. Level you berakhir di dalam tong simen.
Our level ni macam maybe tak ada orang kisah pun lah. Kita masih bangsa apa. But on your level, you dah someone who are well known. Tu dah suddenly macam ada tak orang kacau?
So far, no, I've never had that experience, and is actually I think we're a bit paranoid about freedom of speech, Malaysia. Actually, there's so many things you can say, especially live music, because it's not recorded. You get in trouble because you know the laws fit to things that are tangible. The laws fit to that. So kau kena faham sikit. So like, you know, this like performing arts in Malaysia, macam theatre and you know punk rock, all the punk rock bands, you know, they said a lot of very, you know, controversial. No, I wouldn't say controversial. Things that need to be said.
Yeah, things that need to be said. The truth,
you know, so to say. Tapi I've never become. I pernah ada stalker dulu masa first time EP keluar. Tapi stalker like, let's get together. Kind of stalkers like, paranoid juga. Tapi tak ada stalker yang kau cakap tu apa hal. Tak ada lah. So far tak ada. And you know, and it's not my intention. You know, I like. I mean, for me, you know, like any works of art can always be grey area. So I like subjective. I like that grey area because then it also gives your work anytime it becomes evergreen. Like it's not located one time. Maybe certain things. Ni lagu pasal 94.
Yes.
Form 5. Fine. Tapi kadang when you keep it open, orang boleh relate on different level. So but aku pun first time kelakarnya masa MCO itu, aku ada tulis lagu Jeng Jeng Jeng.
Ada dengar pakai spek hitam.
Itu kelakar. Itu I was respond to a friend shared ni yang Mak Sabu. He obviously doesn't know how to play guitar lah. Just like, I was like, asal dah kelakar sih. Then I realised like, agak macam ni pun he can get viral. Kita benar-benar, I mean music selalu macam tu kan. But anyway, then friends kata, Azmyl do something lah. I was like, dia joke lah. So okay, I'll cover that song. So actually it's a cover. It's a cover version of that. The lyrics I didn't write. I took exactly words he said.
Okay. I saw the original version. I ada tengok.
It's just a jeng jeng jeng.
I made that catchy. Jeng jeng pun like like
Yeah.
macam hamba macam tu
Yeah,
kan.
so I'm in jeng, you know. So yang tu orang kacau. Because it's, when you start using real names or you get it from political party, they're all the cyber troopers are coming. So adalah komen-komen sana sini, tapi komen bodoh lah. So but then I realize, now I realize, if you get kacau, it's because they think you're on that side. I'm not on any side of politicians. For me, they're all the same lah.
Same old.
So I mean, like, I'll just vote for the guy in my district. So what, I can hate this and that, but voting kita punya system macam tu. Kawasan. Anyway, I don't take that sides, and that's probably the only time I've had some cyber troopers or whatever comment bodoh lah.
Fixing you lah.
It's new experience. Interesting. Tapi ada lah, macam ada selalu video my YouTube channel. Selalu ada satu tak like. It's that one guy. I don't know who that one guy is, but I'm glad there's that, because then you rasa back. Semua suka one like, ni macam talent show, parent teranya.
It gets you back to reality lah.
Good. In fact, it works because someone's offended.
Damn right.
Effect.
So in a way, since you start until that jeng yang cover, that's only your experience macam kena.
Tak ada kena. I mean, like, most of the time kalau perform kat RTM or some public show, they just remind before. Tak boleh main, tak boleh cakap politics, controversy. It's like, of course I'm not going to do that. I mean, for what? Like, but then I would play like my own song, Tanah Airku, So but it's like we said earlier, if you get it, you get it lah. In between the line. So as artists, I think that's how you use your medium, is to find that grey area. Kalau you just go there like, screw this guy, like macam tu, you are nothing, you're just a troller lah. That's not art.
You just play yourself lah.
Yeah.
Just make yourself look dumb.
Yeah. I mean, but like Best Bitches, the other bands, I mean,
because
like
Band Bitches really, it's really rebel. Tapi macam, okay, maybe mama bapak aku tak suka dengan tu, but masa aku dengar yang tu, I listen, it was 2003. Aku form, I was in high school.
They just
I was in high school, and we were like, weh, ada band macam ni ada band macam ni macam, it's rare. It's what we're feeling. Budak-budak kan. It's budak. You're talking about connect semua. Talking about bulu kan. So kita macam, this song.
It's real.
It's real. Macam, it's relatable.
Betul.
Maybe tak famous.
Betul. It's true what. I mean, think about it. High school kids, right? Asyik-asyik lagu cerita. It's like all these handsome Justin Bieber. It's like, hey, how about us yang don't get the chicks, man? Where's our song? So it's that.
That's the impact.
But Band Bitches story kelakar. I wasn't in when the band formed. So 2003 I got to know Ben. I think I bumped into him maybe 2 years before masa kat Subang. But anyway, I got to know Ben. Then dia kata ada Ben's Pictures he recorded. So then like, why you guys playing a gig? So I said, okay, I want to check you guys out. Then saya dapat call dari dia like few days before the gig. Say, we don't have a drummer. Can you play drum? I was like, okay lah, balon je. You don't mind lah? I said, don't mind. Punk, right? So I was testing them out lah. So I think kita jam sekali je. Then the gig he played was my first time main drum. So that's only I'm in the band. And but then I was like, I like this. Like the bassist he came to lagu Kotek Bulu band, kind of like rebel. So it's like, okay, this so that's how I became part of the band. So because like, it works. I wasn't even in a band initially, but then that's how I fall into bands lah most of the time. So bands features like, okay lah, this guy lain sikit. Okay, tak poyo lah.
Tak poyo.
So I thought like, okay. And but I could only tahan I think one album. I created a whole album main drum.
No, you play.
Then I injured myself. Kalau kita main gig, aku tak tahu main drum, never learned drum. So I'm hitting it wrong, man. So aku sebab injured. Sebab main gig hantam macam like, sakit lah. I can't play anymore. So then after that aku main tambourine, nyanyi, main gitar je. But get to know that we gave you a companionship, bro. Sebab kita aku sekolah kat Subang kan. So dapat tahu band Subang macam tu kan. Yes.
That was the viral before the viral become. Everyone know that song, that Bulu song. Everyone knows. Bapak aku pun dengar kata. Bapak aku pun dengar tahu tak pasal lagu On Newspaper. Macam to us, okay, that is pada aku macam that is really relatable because lagu On Newspaper aku dengar tak Sakau Poci. Tiba there's this one punk band main lagu On Newspaper punya Sakau Poci punya genre. So macam relatable.
Yes.
We get it.
Yes.
We
Yes.
get it.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
So thank you.
So I mean that answers some of the question also about how do you write, because like there's so many things that's colourful. You know, Malaysian society and culture is so colourful outside of the typical tourist stuff. Our everyday experience ni lah. You know, like so those things you can put in song. So it's just that I think maybe because we brought up Malaysia education system, we don't think of art ni macam benda kau buat. It's more like sekolah lu kena buat posters. Poster tahap benda
anti dadah lah.
campaign kan. Either that or gambar sungai, you know. So we never art in Malaysia is never been communicated to us as something that what's your opinion? Can you put that into picture or song? Nobody ask you that, right? In fact, sekarang kau gig kadang if I'm playing at a bar where they don't know underground music or what, people would like come to you and say, bro, I think you should try this song by. It's like, bro, thank you, but you know, like, I know what I want. You know, like, but you know, in Malaysia you get that a lot, right? People suggesting you macam-macam. Kau buat ni lah, do you listen what I did or not? Why not say something what I just did instead of you suggesting? Malaysia orang pandai macam tu, orang buat something like, kenapa kau tak buat ni? Oh, masa tu baru kecoh. Betul tak?
Yelah.
So I think that goes back to maybe that we're not given that voice, and I think that self-censorship, which I think you talk about freedom of
freedom of speech, the lyrics and everything. It's that I grew up. I mean, I'm a Dr. M generation. I grew up 80s. You know, he was the only one. And bila aku in university, yang suddenly realize, protest kat Malaysia tak pernah ada. Or people suddenly more lantang. So I was new, very jungle. But then I would meet people, everyday people yang tak ada kena dengan music or what. So like talk about politics, like they would always like self-censor. Tak boleh cakap politik, nanti I say. You think, who are you man? You think what? SWAT team come. Tiba ketuk pintu.
So tak ada. I mean like, but that was embedded in my generation so much. We growing up being paranoid. But when you say something that's true for what happened, you don't have intention nak menyakitkan siapa-siapa. So
it's just a song, man.
Just a song, and like how come this doesn't get shown anywhere? Nobody's talking about this. Sometimes macam tu je.
Okay, Abang Azmyl Yunor, saya ada satu soalan.
Okay.
We're talking about songwriting just now, right? Songwriting, what shapes you dalam you punya songwriting. I perasan lah, lagu folk ni susah nak flip dia punya language tau. You nyanyi bahasa Inggeris okay je. Memang I dengar macam that's the international quality right there.
Okay, thank you.
But when to flip the language from English to Malay, you silap buat, it sounds stupid really. Betul.
Ya, kalau
tak pandai buat, sebab bahasa
buat,
Melayu ni, padahal bahasa Melayu memang it's different.
Yeah. It's very
melodic. Dia rhythmic. Dia ada video
and the
melody
structure.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because early on, of course, bila aku compose semua lagu English, and aku ingat lagi arwah atuk aku, dia tahu aku main muzik. Tapi masa tu dia tak pernah dengar album. Dia bertanya, so bila nak tulis lagu Melayu? Simple je soalan dia. Dia tak dengar. So, okay, nanti. So I wasn't confident because maybe not because what I wanted to write. And this is what I said earlier. It's like, then I realized, I don't have to try to be someone else. Okay, what I don't want in a Malay song, let's say, yang mungkin yang doesn't get sung a lot or style dia, So from then on aku mulalah try tulis bahasa Melayu. But tapi bahasa Melayu ni lagi you katalah the structure, the poetics dia lain tau. You cannot, dia bukan macam English boleh campak je. It doesn't work. Lain, cut and paste doesn't work. So aku eksperimen lah. So this is where I think I found my Malay voice. Macam orang biasa bercakap. So aku nak guna bahasa kolokvial, bahasa tiap hari. Kenapa tu tak ada dalam music kita? Betul tak? That's missing kan?
Betul.
Yeah.
Betul.
So that's how I got over that hump of macam mana tulis lagu Melayu. Or maybe I'll write the Malay song that hasn't been written yet. Bukan nak kata aku terror apa, but it's just that like makan gaji. Kenapa orang tak ada cerita tu? Atau aku selalu naik highway Lebuh Raya Ustaz. I'll write about that, man. Kau aku bayar tol, man. I deserve to write about this, man. I have every right. I'm an investor.
Betul.
20 lebih tahun, 30 tahun dah. So I mean, you need to find a way that works for you lah. And my advice selalu is just what be sure of what you don't want to do. I think that's better way of being creative.
When's the moment yang you cakap, okay,
When
when is the moment yang you cakap, okay, lirik macam ni aku kena.
Okay.
Boleh jalan. Like certain people they try.
Yeah.
They try hard.
Yeah.
Bahasa Inggeris, okay. Flip bahasa Melayu, sound stupid. Okay. Kita buat lirik macam Siti Nurhaliza, bunga-bunga. Okay, bunga-bunga. Fuck, tak jadi. Then kita try cakap bahasa biasa.
Yeah.
This thing jadi.
That's it, yeah.
When?
Well, I mean,
when that moment.
I would say it was my song Makan Gaji lah. That was my first kind of Malay song yang I tulis yang it took me a long while to get the words right. Like some say it's somehow it doesn't make sense. Kau kasih orang apa? Itu tak. But sometimes that's what you want also. You want one go like what the fuck man. So you want that reaction too. Not every time like understand what you say, bro. Tak semestinya. So that was the first. But of course, I think I pay more attention to the writing craft with Malay songs compared to my English lah. Kau itu fikir stanza, and I like that. With the English song I can be more disposable. I'm like, okay, try je lah. Because that's kind of not easier. Tapi in terms of the form, the English language compare Malay, So bila kau nak cari macam this new album has more Malay songs than English. So it was. I need to be confident in the song too. There's other songs yang didn't make the album, So bila aku dengar balik, okay, this sounds like me, and this is something I would like to sing every night too. It is very important. You can write something great, orang kata lagu ni best lah, tapi kau tak suka nyanyi lagu tu. Macam mana? Unless orang bayar, you okay lah, tak apa. Aku nyanyi ni dapat 1,000. Then I think most singers do lah. Dia tak nak nyanyi ke, but you get paid, right? But for in what I'm doing, you're not making money, man. You're not getting rich from this. So if I do it, aku pun kena, I can come back to this song a lot. It's macam I treat lagu, my songs macam orang. They ada personality. You have no control over them. So every time you sing a song, it's macam jumpa member lama. Say, hey bro, how are you? Sometimes certain song you go like, tak nak lah jumpa dia. Fuck that song.
Awkward.
Fuck that song, man. yeah. So but that's one way to think about it. But yeah, I think that you have to find what works for you. So aku tahu macam my formal BM writing I not so strong as English. So English lagi comfortable sebab whatever reason lah. Tapi one of my main editors is actually my wife. So darling, Ayang, if you're watching, silent one. So she's my editor. She helps. I throw to her like, what do you think of this? It's like she's not impressed. Okay, that's good. So like she gives some feedback.
Quality control.
Yeah. We did collaborate. Like some of the songs on Warga, there's some songs where the lyrics. So I'm happy. Hey, I got to collaborate. Macam Tom Waits je collaborate dengan dia punya isteri dulu. So I always wanted that. But anyway, kena test lah. Give it to somebody else. I think we need to do that because and most of the time
jangan shot sendiri
jangan shot sendiri lah. But most of the time the mangsa is your adik-beradik, parents ke your partner. Tak apa. I mean like let them. They are people too. They probably their bullshit sensor is on all the time. So they will give you exactly the feedback you want. You want if you're gonna write honest music, you gotta be able to deal with honest feedback lah.
Betul.
Orang tak puas hati ke. Yeah. So no way you can macam if you want to have a career jadi duta produk, don't take my path lah. There's no future for you, not in this line, buddy. Yeah.
Okay lah, Asa, aku rasa kita dah banyak kita timbang. Okay, aku nak ambil one last question ni. Kau nak ambil one last question?
Aku ada banyak soalan lagi tapi kau
aku cuba jangan soalan.
Let's go on.
Tapi bahaya kalau betul.
Okay.
One question. Okay, macam Abang Azmi, you have been a lecturer.
Yeah.
You have seen from the early, macam cakap you start playing 98, 97, dah go OZ, dah perform.
Yeah.
You've seen the starting indie and then you see the rise of indie in 2010. Zaman-zaman hujan, zaman Bang Face, and now here we are today 2020 kan.
2021 you.
Dah 2021. Sorry, aku mesti sangkut sebab MCO lama sangat. Aku sangkut lagi kata. So macam what apa benda yang you see are the good things and the bad things throughout those throughout this whole years lah. Macam do you think now we are more on digital. Is it good? Because you have gone through from there. And then is our music quality getting better or are we stuck right now?
That's a good question.
Ni macam because you're a lecturer. And what are the trends you see with students nowadays? Sebagai seorang lecturer.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about, let's say, a question about digital and changing technology. I mean, that one is you can't run away from it. The world is this, and you are this. So is your place in it. My opinion's not gonna change everything. Macam Big Lebowski kata, that's just like your opinion, man. But betul. I mean, like. It's changed the way like I started out buat kaset dengan DIY. I like digital because cepat lah bila boleh masa ada CD burner dalam komputer lah. Cepatnya. Wah, fuck man. Dulu aku kena tapi ada romantiknya. Bila aku look back, double deck, semua. Tapi of course I had to move on to that. But I also realised, for example, while I was releasing all the DIY cassettes, macam for example magazines or like newspaper, masa tu macam ada setengah newspaper very supportive music, ada writers dia. So I realised bila aku release cassette, dia tak tulis artikel or tak dapat promote because I realised that medium because it's very mature. So yes, I understand. So I faham. So maybe I need change format. So I did CD je, did a cover, nice one. Then mula, review. Then I realize, okay, so format's quite important to be taken seriously then. Let's say you need a CD format. So then you got to go CD lah. So then I went to CD. Tapi of course, it's easier. You see the subculture, the music subculture punya economics. This where orang atas tak faham sangat. When you talk about creative arts industry, it's not just the industry yang besar, big budget. The subcultures is a large part industry, like our record stores, our gigs. This is it's informal economy. They use the term gig economy now. Where do you think the word gig came from? It comes from music gigs. So comes from music. So music. So what you call this? So changes. So from that, that was penting then because bila kau gig, because you playing underground, you nak duit minyak or you want something lah when you play. Bukan nak kaya. Tapi adalah, so you ada jual CD, so that can cover costs. So that one existed for a long while. But then when streaming came, study like you realize the big change I see, people aren't really creating a body of work. I think that's the biggest change with the decade lah.
The physical.
The physical. So now everything's because there's people I say, why bro, it's waste of money. Well, because you treat it as just a product. When you make an album, for me it's macam art project lah. It's like, alright man.
For the covers, you think about the covers. You think about dia punya maybe cover CD, the cover album,
concept dia,
photo step, you punya
track listing.
Track listing.
It's fun.
It's you jaga macam everything had to make sense. The track listing and everything.
And I'll be honest with you. I'm not natural like that. I've been doing a lot. You might say like, Azmyl punya album. Every time to do an album again, it's macam aku nak pergi mendaki tau. It's like, okay, it's a commitment. Bila dah buat ni, kena buat ni, kena buat tu, kena ni. So are you committed enough? So I mean, this is where I think being a band commitment lain. It's like ramai-ramai kena commit sama-sama. Tu susah tu. It's a bit tricky. So solo tu mungkin senang lagi lah. But yes, that's changed a lot because then you realize that you pergi gigging, you don't get anything back.
So tak ada jual CD. Sekarang tak ada jual CD.
Tak ada table.
Tak ada table. Tak ada merchandise. Merchandise ada lah.
I mean, you still need that one. You see, the ecosystem yang constant is always the underground scene. Punk, metal, gigs. Memang ada still merch table. But you see, indie kind of died off. Indie initially had. Indie became the new mainstream lah in that way. So it became a tagline. So the success of indie, well, great. You want things to be successful.
Yes.
The other end is also because it becomes part of the capitalist machinery lah. So it becomes very consumerist. So people will just take the nice parts, the handsome lawa part, and take all the dirt. The guy tak boleh ni rabak. So then becomes this product. And but benda ni happens. It's cycle. So that cycle I've seen in and out. And I've always been constant because I tak ikut. It's almost like if you stay still long enough, once the trend turn around, you become trendy again tau. So just do, my advice is do what you're doing. Don't try to jump. Because chances are when you're trying to jump on a trend, it's probably the tail end already. Lambat lah sikit. Unless kau boleh cepat lah, you know everything, you can TikTok, kau memang boleh. Okay, fine, do. Tapi for somebody like me, it's like, okay lah, how do I it's very distracting to follow this thing.
Yeah,
But-
sebab you won't be focused on your music.
Yeah,
you
man.
dah start fikir on your image. Tau,
Yeah,
tau.
yeah.
Because we are not
Yeah.
mainstream musician. You're
Yes.
not supposed to think about image. You're supposed to think about your art,
Yes.
your music. Tapi
Yeah.
bila dah macam digitization, dah like you say
Yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
you tiba kena terror bersembang social media.
Yes,
You need
yes,
to have
yes.
good all this. Kena pandai ambil gambar, kena
Yes,
pandai
yes.
but your music is not working.
Yes, it's true.
So macam dia kacau. To me dia kacau. It's good that you can get your music worldwide.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing about digitalization.
Yeah,
Tapi dia take you off from the
Because it's a medium. People
it's a
forget.
medium.
It's what you do with it. You know, a car is not evil.
Yeah.
But you can use a car to bring somebody to hospital, and you can rob a bank.
Yep.
Are you going to ban cars? You don't ban the car. Betul tak? Same thing. Like, so there's nothing wrong with social media, but it's a social media culture that
Yes.
is very detrimental. It's such a me thing because it's a camera, man. What you do, camera selfie lah. You know, like so. Like it or not, I have to do that lah. Now I got IG on this thing. I realize I'm wasting a lot of time. Selalu kena marah. On the phone je. Fuck yeah, man. Like fucking phone. Yeah. So but you have to see what works for you. But that's changed a lot. Where
Compared to your time.
Yeah, compared to my time. And like now the focus is different. It's more about gaining more attention first than anything else. But if you know, like I feel it's not a lost cause completely. I think the younger bands coming up, after a while they pun mual dengan cara ni. They go let's like maybe they start digging there. If you, like I said, if you still got love of music and songs and albums, I think you will fall back onto that. So as much as I'm a bit not bengang lah, like all these streaming services, I'm not so keen of it. I pun cheapskate, tak pernah bayar benda ni. Guna free je, banyak ad lah. Now you know, now you know who is streaming yang ad dia tak annoying. But anyway, you know, I'm not trying to say that, like, it's easy to fall into the old timer thing. Kids nowadays, I got a lot of friends who fallen into that. I feel like for me, that's why I stayed on teaching. Mengajar wasn't a cita-cita. I studied dulu film dengan kewartawanan, journalism. I was going to get into that. But teaching came and I can pay the bills and it's a meaningful job. I get to understand the younger generation. My clients always have that age.
Yeah.
And they keep on, like
And you got up to date.
yes, I get up there. If I'm like, what the hell is this? Can you explain to me? Okay. So I don't get demystified. So I try to relate. So it's easy to say kids nowadays. I don't like that. I think we need to engage,
Yeah.
Some of the things they do, you can use.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. So that's a big change. Now the focus has changed not on the craft. It's been on crafting the image more than the songs, right? Yeah. So that's
Okay lah, boleh lah. It's not too bad.
Not too bad lah. Just you
pandai-pandai main, pandai-pandai hidup lah.
You still can control. It's yours.
Yeah, you can control it.
Yeah, benda ni kan paparazzi keep on your face. You boleh record.
Sendiri.
Yes.
Okay, yo. So macam mana kita nak end ke?
Rasa kita end dah lama sangat banyak sangat soalan-soalan ni kita ni.
Satu lagi lah.
Before kita end kita punya podcast ni, kita ada a quick random I would say games lah.
Okay.
Finish this word.
Okay.
I hate when people
Hate.
dead or alive artists I would love to collab with.
Wow. That's a hypothetical question because if they're dead, there's no way I can. There's not many alive people that are pleasant to be with. Susah nak answer tu. Mungkin I go with the dead lah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's say mungkin Sudirman lah, Arwah Sudirman. I feel like he doesn't. His place in, I mean, like, bergangan lah. I mean, even if he's alive, I don't know how I can collaborate with him. Tapi, but he's a figure yang I think deserves a road name at least lah. Malaysia, come on lah, give Sudirman a road name or building lah, satu hall. Yeah, so Sudirman lah.
Okay, so next is if I can go camping, I would love to go to.
Wow, camping. I'm not really a camping person.
Okay.
Tapi if I can camp, I would like to camp mungkin kat luar rumah je.
Kat luar rumah.
Yeah, because kita duduk dalam rumah, kita tak pernah experience kita punya rumah dari pandangan luar kan. Betul tak? That's the simplest experience. Kita fikir, aku tak pernah pergi Paris lah. Have you slept on your depan rumah kau tak? So yes, so mungkin tu.
From that view. Okay, that's there. Okay. Dead or alive artist I would love to see.
Wow. A dead artist. Maybe again I'll go with dead lah. I like to see Robert Johnson, man. The blues. But dia banyak myth kan. All the rock and roll myth pasal
yang jual soul. Terror ke tak terror?
So I would like to see just to make sure. Ya benar ni. Ya, dia ada je macam 8 jari. Ya ke?
Okay.
So he's probably one.
Right. I love in music.
Wow. I love what in music, is it? Wow. I love the music in music.
The music.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever that may be to you. Yeah.
If I'm not a musician, I will be a
Wow. I'll be a good audience.
good audience.
Yeah.
Last one. Azmyl Yunor is a
He's a guy.
is a guy.
Seorang om. Mas. Pak.
Okay, aku rasa sampai sini saja.
Okay lah.
Kita dah habis dah.
Kita pun dah habiskan semua soalan. Dah semua tema-tema Azmyl Yunor. Okay, sebelum aku nak tutup, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to Azmyl Yunor.
Welcome. Thank you.
Sanggup spend time dengan kita orang yang tak seberapa ni, kita orang baru nak try ni. Korang semua kat luar jangan lupa stream Penghasut Blues. Baru keluar hari lepas, boleh stream. Okay, before we end, Abang Azmyl Yunor, anything you want to talk to anyone, to all your supporters ke, ada apa-apa nak promote ke
Next project, what
next
should we
project,
expect?
apa should we expect, ada tours ke untuk album ni.
Wow.
Talk to them.
Alright.
Tell them what to expect.
Tour tak ada so far. InsyaAllah once things lift up. Tapi I guess now I try focus on non-musical. So I'm trying to make more interesting music videos or whatever. So I'm trying to do that. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Gila poyo siya. I just said that. Yeah, I just said that. Click subscribe. Ding ding. Yeah, so Google me lah. If you want to check out my stuff, just Google. I mean everything is on Google. They know where you are now also. Anyway, so Google me and check out my new album, Sembang Blues. Then if you're interested in the album, I do home deliveries. Kalau tak post laju atau apa-apa yang boleh deliver. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, jangan lupa contact Abang Azmyl kalau untuk apa-apa. If you need anything,
Mungkin kita boleh letak dekat description lah nanti.
Sahab, any closing?
Aku rasa sampai sini saja. Aku rasa this podcast kali ni memang
Banyak benda.
macam kita dapat plus from the past, knowledge yang kita tak dapat dengan siapa. This is the man.
Yeah, this is the man. Aku harap yang tengah tengok tu pun boleh grab anything that is good. Ambil yang bagus kan. And then
Buku nota kasi keluar
today so that our music industry become better, betul tak? Itu paling penting. Yang paling penting, music industry has to be better.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you Abang Azmyl.
Take care.
Korang kat luar jangan lupa like, jangan lupa subscribe, jangan lupa follow Penvia Studio. We will datang kembali pada episod yang seterusnya. Okay? Alright. Ciao.
See you in the next episode.
Penghasut blues,